Hello loves, it's Jenny and I'm back with a review on my favorite drugstore brand, Milani Cosmetics. I went out and I purchased a bunch of the new stuff that they just launched. So I wanted to do a review and give you guys my thoughts on all of the products that I got. So if you're interested in this video, then please keep watching. I used all the products on my face today, so I'm going to give you a demo as well as give you my review on each of the items as we go through one by one. Okay, so the first thing I used was the Milani Moisture Lock Lip Treatment. They have all different types. I got the Rose Hip Oil Infused Lip Treatment. I got this one because it helps with fine lines and wrinkles, and I have a lot of lines in my lips. And I am a fan of the applicator. It's similar to a doe foot, except it's a lot fatter, so it will cover more surface space on your lip when you are applying the oil. The next item I used was the Milani Easy Brow Automatic Pencil. It says that it's water resistant. I got mine in the color dark brown. It wasn't the best eyebrow pencil I've used. The reason why is because the nib of where the product is really thick. So you would never be able to get a precise or thin lines as you are applying your brows. This is more of a brow pencil you would use to kind of fill in your brows, which is fine. But as far as if I wanted to add some fake lines for my brows in the inner corner of my brow, I wouldn't be able to because the liner is just too thick. It is nice though because it does have a spoolie at the other end. If you want a brow pencil that you can do a quick fill in of your brows, then this is okay. But if you want a brow pencil that is more precise, like the Anastasia Brow Wiz or the NYX Micro Brow Pencil or even the new L'Oreal Brow Definer, I would go with any of those over this one. After I filled in my brows, I set them with the Milani Easy Brow Tinted Fiber Gel. This works fine. It doesn't leave your eyebrows feeling crunchy or that hairspray texture. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's hard. It still feels like my normal brow hair, so that wasn't too bad. I've got this in the shade dark brown, so I did like this product. I primed my eyes using the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. This says that it is a lightweight, invisible finish and works on all skin tones. I did really like this. It was lightweight as it claims. The color is like a nudie bone color and it goes on clear. I did find though that it was a little bit sticky, so you do have to set it, which I did with skin tone color eyeshadow. I did find that I kind of had some red bumps on the inner corner of my eye. I don't know if it was because of this primer or maybe it was my skincare. I have no idea what it was from, so I can't say that it was because of this. And I actually will continue using this and I will let you know if that's the case. This next product is the Milani Everyday Eyes Eyeshadow Collection. These are those new little palettes that they have. I have mine in the shade Earthy Elements 05. This is what I used on my eyes today. It says that this is the base color, but I found that it's a bit too shimmery, so I went ahead and went with this one, just a very light hand so that the eyeshadow primer wasn't so sticky anymore. I put a light layer of this color here, and then the next thing I did was I took this second color to the left. This is the contour shade. I applied that with a fluffy brush all over my upper crease, followed by this orange one in the middle. I put that one a little bit under that first color, but still in the crease, so I guess your lower crease. And then what I did was I took this and I applied it in my outer V just to deepen it and give it some dimension. And then I went in with that first base color here all over my lid and inner corner. This one wasn't as pigmented as I would have liked, so I did take my Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow in the color Bella Chiffon. It's a shimmery cream color, and I took this and I put it on top of that base color all over my lid and in my inner corner. For the most part, this was a okay palette, with the exception of this color. It wasn't pigmented as much as I would want it to be, especially for it being the shimmery color in the palette. These two colors here, they feel more soft and buttery than this shimmery color on the outside. The colors are pretty pigmented, so as you can see, they all show up pretty well except for this third one, and the third one happened to be that base color that I was talking about. So I wasn't happy with the pigmentation on that one. There's this one. and this one. Those had a little bit more pigment than the other two in my opinion. Oh, well actually, it's hard to see the lighter colors. I don't know if it's because the lighting kind of washes out swatches sometimes, but I'll insert a close-up of the swatches so that you guys get a better idea of what they look like. I do like this as an everyday palette. It's under $10, so it wasn't that bad. I liked it. After I applied all the eyeshadow, I went in with the eyeliner pencil in the shade Brown. I lightly lined my upper lash line, and I didn't do any wing or anything crazy like that. I just wanted to give my eyes some definition and kind of fill in my lash line a bit with this. I also use this on my lower lash line. Using the brush that came with this palette, actually, I used the orange in the middle on my lower lash line, as well as the brown in the corner here for my lower lash line to smudge out the brown eyeliner. After I did my eyeshadows, I used the Milani Lash Trifecta mascara. This does not come in waterproof, it's only the regular formula, but I did find that it did a decent job holding the curl. It did lengthen, curl, and separate my lashes. The brush is one of those rubber brushes. It is a slightly curved brush with the little spikes at the end, so you can really get all the lashes in the inner corner and your bottom lash line if necessary. I did like this mascara for it not being waterproof, and it actually has become one of my top favorite drugstore mascaras so far. Before applying my foundation and concealer, I did use the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. They have two new primers that just came out. One is a mattifying and one is a hydrating and pore minimizing primer. This is the one that I got. It's more of a liquidy moisturizer rather than those primers that have that silicone feel. Personally, I like the silicone feeling primers because those do a really good job filling in my pores here in this area and my nose. The only thing is this one says that it's hydrating and pore minimizing, but I don't really see that it filled my pores in as well as some of my other primers that are more silicone based. They seem to do a better job for my pores, but I don't hate this primer, but it definitely wasn't my favorite. The next thing I did was I applied my foundation and concealer. Since they don't currently have any concealers at the drugstore by Milani, what I did was I bought two foundation shades. One in my regular shade, which is 03 Light Beige. And then I also purchased a very light shade, 01 Creamy Vanilla. So what I did was I applied the regular shade all over the perimeter of my face, my forehead, my jawline, and then I took the Creamy Vanilla and I put that under my eyes, bridge of my nose, middle of my forehead, chin, and above my lip, so that it could act as a highlighter, since these foundations are actually a foundation and concealer in one. So it worked out pretty well. I mean, I'm not seeing any creasing. It was pretty lightweight on my face. The only thing I found was that even though it's a liquid foundation concealer, it was a little thick. I wouldn't necessarily say it is a liquid foundation. I would say it's more of a cream texture. And I did use this foundation throughout the week and I didn't find that it broke me out. It says that it's a medium to full coverage foundation, that it's lightweight, oil-free, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. I haven't really sweated too much this week, so I can't tell you if it's sweat-proof, but I mean, it did last all day for me. I did apply the foundation and concealer with my Real Techniques beauty sponge, so it could take away any excess product on my skin, and I did find that it blended out very well, as you can see in the demo. After I applied my foundation and concealer, I went in with the Milani Prep Set Go transparent face powder. I did find that it was a bit on the chalky side. You could even see here, when I dipped my brush into the powder, a lot of the product just started flying all over and I saw little white particles all up in my face, and I wasn't a fan of that. It did set my concealer and my foundation very nicely though. It didn't leave any white cast or anything like that. It doesn't come with a brush, applicator, or mirror though, so that would be the only downfall of this transparent powder. Other than that, it worked pretty well for me. The next thing I did was bronze my face. I used their Bronzer XL All Over Glow in the shade 02 Fake Tan. So this is what it looks like. Oh, I didn't even notice it when I was applying, but it has a scent to it. Kind of like a floral scent. The shade on the left is what I used to bronze my face up. And the one on the right I used as a topper. So everywhere I bronzed, I used this over top. The one on the right has a very slight shimmer in it. It's not very detectable when you apply it, so it doesn't look like too much shimmer, but you can see a very, very faint hint of shimmer on your face. And I really liked that this shimmer was so faint that I could top it over all where I bronzed, and it gave it a nice sheen. Kind of like a sun-kissed glow, if you will. I like the size. It's nice and big, if you can tell. The size of my hand compared to this guy here. I use this to bronze under my cheekbones, perimeter of my forehead, and then I also used it to contour my nose. It's slightly on the warm side to be contouring, but I didn't have a contour shade from Milani to do that, so I just did it to show you. So yeah, I really liked this. The next product I used was the TanTastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer in the shade 01. Fantastic in gold. This is one of my all-time favorite products from Milani. Reason being is because it's supposed to be a bronzer, but because it's baked, it just gives you the nicest sheen, the nicest glow. I actually use this as my highlight. So if you look closely at the pan, it has a mixture of brown, gold, and then little lines of white shimmer. So that's what gives me like the very boom highlight. So let me show you a swatch of what this looks like. It comes off as like a champagne, almost rose gold, depending on the light. It gives you this beautiful sheen, especially in the summer. I did kind of use it as a highlight, a little bit above my bronzer here, and it's just such a beautiful color. I like the packaging. It's different, it's unique. What? Oh my, I never knew it came with a brush. Oh, okay. You go, Milani. The next thing I did was I used my Holy Grail blush, Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. It's a nice coral color with a very slight sheen. It's not anything too shiny, too crazy, but I just love this for my blush. I used it today. I think this comes with a brush too, no? Let me see. JK, it does not. This I've been using for years already. I love this blush. I use it more in the warmer months when you just want that really subtle, corally sheen blush where it's nothing too drastic or crazy. But yeah, Milani Luminoso, if you don't have it, you should get it. Next thing I did, I used their Color Statement lip liner in the shade Nude. It's kind of like a pinky nude, good for every day or just to use under any nude lipstick. This is your traditional pencil liner that you sharpen, so I really liked that because you can always sharpen to get that nice sharp edge for your Cupid's bow. I did like this liner. I found that it was easy to use, it's long wearing, it didn't tug at my lips, the pigmentation was good, so I did like this lip liner. The lip color I used was a combination of two Amore matte lip creams. This is Milani's version of liquid lipstick, and I am absolutely in love with this formula. It is not drying on my lips. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my lips. It doesn't accentuate my lines or wrinkles on my lips as other liquid lipsticks have in the past. The two colors I used were Precious number 11 and Adorable number 10. I used Precious, which is a pinky mauve-y color, on the outer perimeter of my lips, and then I took Adorable number 10. It's a pale nude color. I used that on the inner part of my lips to blend the two together and give it that ombre appearance. I did find though that when I ate that the lip color did kind of bleed a little bit. It didn't stay on my lips 100% as other liquid lipsticks out there do, but for a drugstore liquid lipstick, it is my absolute favorite, and I've tried them all. So yeah, I really recommend the Amore matte lip creams. I wish I had them all, but I am collecting them. Alright guys, that's it for my review on Milani Cosmetics. If you end up going out and getting any of these Milani products, please let me know in the comments section below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. So yeah, that's it. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! You just want a very subtle flush above my lip. It doesn't come with a brush, applier. What was I gonna say? To blend the two to give, so,
I made three crystal designs now.
Oh yeah? Let me see.
Okay, I'll bring them down right now. I'm excited to go home. And I also love you.
Love you too.